My first choice for drinking water is going to be commercially sold spring water, $2.49 a case, and I need to get more of it. My water storage needs a lot of attention. And then my backup is 2-liter pop bottles filled with water. And then in addition to that, I have some chlorine bleach bottles, which is not intended for drinking water. This is just washing water, something to wash my clothes in, or wash your underclothes in, or wash your sheets in, or wash your floor with, or flush your toilet with. So I have water in bleach bottles, and I need much more than I've got right now. And I also need a water purification thing. I don't know what you call them. I can't think of what you call those things, but anyway, something to purify water with. But it is possible to can water. You should probably check with your cooperative extension agency to make sure you have all the information that you need. But if you take a clean canning jar and fill it with water and then process it in a hot water bath, the water will be boiled, so the germs will be killed, and it will be vacuum packed. If you're, you make sure your little lid goes down. You could probably even use used canning lids for that. Another method, I shouldn't call it a method, but another way that you can store drinking water is to have a clean gallon container like a milk jug or a juice bottle. And it's really, I'm going to put this in another video actually, because there's another purpose for this. But if you take up the unused freezer space in your large freezer, or even your freezer on top of your fridge, and put frozen clean containers with tap water in them, that is an excellent way to have the water. And it's also cold, and you can also throw it in a cooler, which I'm going to talk about later. It's pretty obvious stuff, but you can also throw it in a cooler with some of your refrigerated and frozen things to keep them cool longer. And as long as it's kept clean and the lid is on, it should be, plenty. Sorry, I had to itch my nose. It should be plenty fine for drinking purposes. So canning water in unused canning jars is another possibility, in addition to your bottled water, your water you're storing for washing, the water that you're purifying through your water purification devices, and any other potable sources of water. Is that the right word, potable? I think that's right. So I'd feel better if you check with your cooperative extension agency to make sure if that is what the adequate amount of time would be to do that. But especially those of you who have well water and don't want to go through the steps of figuring out how much chlorine to use, and I'm not even going to go there. That's an area for somebody who has more knowledge than I do. So that's just another little idea for making sure you have something that's safe and readily accessible to use. So if you want to crown me now the queen of redundancy, I'm ready. Thanks. Bye.